And gentlemen, welcome to episode 16. Episode 16.
Oh, I don't have enough
of the podcast.
I don't have enough digits anymore to do it.
We can drive now.
We can drive now.
That was my pyrotechnics by my mouth, by the way.
Who needs sound effects?
Oh.
We have Mike.
Sorry.
He's feeling confident with his haircut.
I am.
Now he thinks he can take on sound effects.
Absolutely.
You know what? Mike's looking real good in that haircut.
I'm feeling more aerodynamic, so I feel like I can take on more stuff.
If you're listening to this in podcast form, you're really missing out on this sexy new haircut Mike's rocking tonight.
Gosh.
Absolutely. Guys, this is the Friggin Nerds podcast. I'm your host, Mario Lima, joined by, of course, the Friggin Nerds crew, Lee Dumas, Britt Berkey, and a freshly cut sweaty Mike.
Hey,
my goodness.
Guys?
Freshly cut.
Freshly cut. Never mind. I was going to finish that sentence.
Let's not. Let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. Right
Leave it be.
Let's let the audience decide what that sentence should have been.
Yes.
Fill in the blanks here.
We'll leave that as a segment for later. What was Mike going to say?
Fill in Mike's thought.
Oh, but anyways, guys, this is the Friggin Nerds podcast, and as always, we bring you guys the nerdy news, the nerdy entertainment, and whatnot. Starting off the show with one of our favorite new segments. You know it, you love it. It's called The Swear Jar.
And for gosh sake, watch your language.
Every week, we get together and we decide on a word that we cannot say for the entire show, because if we do say it, we owe you, the viewer, $1.
Money.
That is right, guys. If we say a certain word, a certain swear word, a dollar will be put into the Friggin Nerd Fund and eventually given to you guys, the viewers. Well, one lucky viewer.
Not all the viewers.
Not all the viewers.
We better start hoping for less views.
Yeah.
Here comes the money, says Stoop.
The way we could do it, we could give everyone $1.
If you get $1 and you get $1.
If you come to New York, I will give everybody $1. Let's get lined up, and I'll be like, $1.
Like grandma?
You got $1. Yeah, give out. So the current balance is $14. This is the third time we've done it. We're at $14.
Mm-hmm.
Mike.
Yeah, so I would
Thanks,
like to.
Mike.
Mike is responsible for all of that.
I would like some research done on the percentage of that $14 that belongs to me, that is because of me.
I think a
I'm gonna go
assessment
75%.
would be, I would say 96.5.
I have
Wow,
one
that's
for
a high
sure.
percentage.
I have one for
I had
sure.
one also.
And I think Brett might have had a couple.
Okay.
So we have had 4 out of the 14.
Look, the chat loves me. That's all I have to say. The chat is loving this.
They're loving it.
I'm just going to keep it rolling, I'm going to try to just keep adding to the bank, and maybe that influences my nonsense draft votes.
It might.
Not this week, though.
Yeah. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Long live the king.
Goodness.
But we'll talk about it after. Remember, Britt swept me out of nowhere. I went to go see him, like, let's go see how much I won. And I was like, what? Like 2%.
Oh my goodness.
Passed right by. But anyways, guys, the swear jar word of the night is going to be movie. Which is going to be very tough.
Groovy, baby.
Because we talk a lot about films and whatnot. So starting right after the sentence, we cannot say the word movie for the rest of the show.
Mike was really upset about this because Mario and I made this decision without him, and he just found out.
Found out before we started.
He's like, "What?"
I think you guys are starting to not have me in these discussions anymore because you're afraid.
Because you're gonna mess it up in either way. Is that why?
Yes.
You're gonna drop the word either way. So
you definitely will on this one. This
It's
is gonna be a hard one.
It's like
tonight.
keeping the guy out of the secret that can't keep a secret.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how this is working.
Precisely.
All right.
Yes.
that's the one.
All right. Well, moving on, guys. Every day in our Discord, we like to ask off the wall but incredibly important life questions that may have unnecessarily strong feelings about. I didn't write this. Who wrote this?
I
You?
did.
We may
Okay,
have.
that's why
I
it's
think you
weird.
missed the we.
It was blank.
Eh,
You missed the
makes
we
sense
may,
now.
we may have unnecessarily strong feelings about.
That makes more sense now.
Yep.
Like, what is your favorite animal cracker shape? Is that really one of our questions
could
that
be.
we've done?
It could be.
I prefer the elephant. Anyways, or who can roll their tongue? This week, we're bringing that debate to our host in the question of the week.
Ooh, yes.
And our question of the week this week is, which is your favorite Spidey? Who's your favorite Spidey?
Spidey.
Favorite Spidey. Yo, this is tough. Look, Britt and I, this question was kind of influenced a little bit because we've been rewatching all of the Spider-Man movies. And so we've finished Toby's. We are in the middle of Andrew's, and we just started watching Into the Spider-Verse this afternoon. And of course, we all know Tom Holland's. So like this question is for y'all. Look, we've just dropped this in the question of the day on our Discord. Mario, Lee, Britt, hit me. What is your favorite Spider-Man?
I'm gonna
film?
let y'all take it first.
Lee, do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first because I kind of dropped my big funny in the Discord earlier by accident. I should have saved it for the podcast, but I got a choke out of Steph. So first and foremost, officially my favorite Spider-Man has to be Tom Holland out of the three on the screen. I definitely love Tom Holland. I think he's a great Spider-Man. I think he's funny. I think he brings a lot to the role. He's just awkward enough. But in terms of unconventional Spider-Men or Spider people, I have to go with Spider-Gwen or Spider-Pig.
Spider-Pig.
I love Spider-Pig. Who doesn't love a Spider-Pig? It's
I
like
love
alligator
Spider-Pig.
Loki.
It's my favorite.
All right, Mario.
Mario, who is it?
Mine, of course, I do have love for Tom Holland. I do have love for Toby. Lot of great Spider-Men in their own respect, but I'm gonna go with it's a newer Spider-Man, one that people kind of forget. Jake Johnson's Spider-Man from Spider-Verse. He's fantastic. He makes so much sense. Me and Lee have actually been on a kick of watching New Girl lately.
Oh yes.
I was gonna ask, is that the guy from New
Yeah.
That girl.
It's
Yes.
Love
And
that show.
so every time I hear him talk, I always picture Spider-Man talking now. Like it's like when I read a comic book with the Joker, I hear Mark Hamill, but now I hear
Yes.
Spider-Man, I hear Jake Johnson. So I'm gonna say Jake Johnson, Spider-Verse. Peter Parker is my favorite.
That's a very good answer because we, like I said, we just started watching this again today, and I had forgotten how much I loved his iteration.
I
of it.
just love everything he plays. Well, I guess all the characters he plays are kind of the same. I just love him though. I think he's so funny.
Did I say it again? Did I say?
Oh shoot! I
I
hope
can't-
somebody in chat is
Oh
paying
my
attention
gosh,
because
guys,
Mike's
I'm
gonna
gonna-
jack this up tonight.
I'm gonna be so bad at this.
We're adding some money to that swear
I-
jar
So
tonight.
did you say, how many of you said it already? Once,
I
twice?
don't know.
I think he's at least done it twice.
I don't know.
Okay.
guys.
Yeah, I haven't even noticed myself.
Well,
Britt?
that was maybe a rough word to choose because now we're gonna be like,
Yes, it is.
Well, when we
did
listen
we
back, when we edit when I edit the podcast tomorrow,
There you go.
I'll
Mario
listen
can
back.
Keep up with it.
Yes.
I'm just gonna add a bunch of those words in post.
okay.
But yeah, up to y'all guys. What are y'all's favorite? Who's next, Brett or Mike?
You go, Britt.
Okay,
You go.
so here's the thing. I had a lot of love in my heart for Toby because that was like our Spider-Man from when we were teenagers. And like I have like held this spot in my heart for him. I mean, definitely Tom Holland is easily the best Spider-Man, like easily. But I was like, but Toby's like always going to be my Spidey. And then we watched the original trilogy back, and I was like,
Guys, I was
He does not hold up.
that
I was
did not
shocked.
age as well as I thought it did.
Mm-mm.
I will say, I personally, unpopular opinion, I love me some emo, cringy, just cringe-tastic Spidey. My God, I laughed so hard. That was
During emo Spider-Man
Fantastic.
and Spider-Man 3.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I did not remember that. I feel like if I tried to be cool, oh, here's what I told Mike. I was like, that's like what happens when I drink a little too much and I think I'm cool. And then I watch a video back and I'm like, oh, that is not what I looked like in my head.
Nope.
Interesting. That looks really cringy.
Yep.
That was emo Spidey.
Mm-hmm.
But much more than Toby. I really liked the Andrew Garfield Spidey. I actually liked him a lot. I felt kind of bad that he got the boot before the MCU takeover.
Well, real quick, I'll say this. I've said this in the past. Looking at the trifecta here of all these Spider-Men we have on the screen right now, between all three of them, Toby was a great Peter Parker, not a good Spider-Man. Garfield was a great Spider-Man, not a believable Peter Parker. He was too cool.
Mhm.
yeah.
But Tom Holland, he has a great balance where it's like
Yes.
great
Ah,
Peter
that's true.
Parker.
That's true.
You know,
I think that's almost spot on. I think that's
Mhm.
almost spot on. The main thing I was super disappointed with rewatching the Toby films, look, I'm going to be thinking about it now all this whole time, is that he barely ever had his sarcastic, like one-liner quips as Spider-Man. The
Yeah.
only times that he started to do that is when he had the symbiote suit on, and he was, you know, getting a little cocky and stuff. But other than
So
that,
funny, though.
he was so like unemotional or something. He was just kind of there and like went through the I mean, he had some really
Went through the
big like
motions.
sad moments with Uncle Ben and stuff. But other than that, he was very almost unemotional, like robotic through the entire movie. And like when I think of Peter Parker and Spider-Man, I'm wanting like this upbeat sarcasm, like, you know, kind of what when Andrew Garfield first donned the Spider-Man mask and was out there and he was like making fun of the guy that pulled out a small
my
knife.
weakness,
He's like, "Oh."
tiny knives.
And then he like pretended to sneeze and like shoot his spiderweb at him. I was like, there it is. That's exactly what I've been missing in Tobey Maguire's films.
The problem would have been he already was not believable as a teenager. Like
Which
he
one?
was Garfield. He was too sexy to like be believable then as like a teenager in high school
Yeah.
once they
Oh.
moved over to the MCU.
Oh,
I was
but
like, no, he's way too old looking.
but Spider-Man 1 with Toby, those high schoolers, man. Those
know.
when Flash Gordon comes out, whatever his name is,
Right.
he's like, I wouldn't want to fight me neither. That dude's like 32 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And we were laughing because at the beginning they're on a field trip and the teacher keeps popping in and out.
Yeah.
The teacher looks younger than the students. I was like,
That was
what?
so
That's not
funny.
a student? Oh man.
absolutely.
I think my answer has to be Tom Holland is my favorite Peter Parker from the films,
Yeah.
the big trifecta of films. However, I absolutely adore and love Miles Morales in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
And like I'm really excited
He's so cute singing the song.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
really love the interaction between him and oh crap, Jake, what's his Johnson's Spider-Man in Into the Spider-Verse. Like that all of their lines together are just spot on. So, but of the three, it has to be Tom Holland. Like if I had to rank the three, this is how I'd rank the three, and this is probably going to surprise people. I would go Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Toby. Like Toby's at the bottom now.
Mhm.
I was shocked at how much I was.
Yeah, the nostalgia is not enough to bring it back. Steph in chat said that he broke his back in real life. Yeah, he almost couldn't do the third movie because he was injured.
Oh,
And I think it was stunts for one of the
That's what she
movies or
said,
something.
yeah.
I don't remember.
Yep.
injured doing one of the stunts. I had no idea. I
Yeah.
didn't even hear about that when the movies came out.
Yeah, sounds about right with them.
Was Garfield only in one?
2.
He was in
Two?
two.
Two. There was
I only
supposed to be a
remember
third
one.
one.
No, he was supposed to be the Peter Parker going into the MCU. Like he was about to be announced for his third movie in his trilogy, and they were gonna announce the partnership with Disney and Marvel, or I guess at that time Marvel, to bring them into the MCU. And
He didn't
he
show up.
dropped the ball. I mean, he was supposed to be at this big announcement for it. He didn't show up. And so the executives got angry and fired him.
Is that really? That's what happened? Like he just did not show up?
He's saying
He said
it
he
sounds
was
like there was
jet
some
lagged or something.
Yeah, it sounds like there's probably some issues behind the scenes. He was
There's no
not,
way they would have fired him unless he was like really difficult to work with.
Yeah,
the
that makes
second-
sense. He
his
seems like a
second
prima
movie-
donna.
His second movie was a little bit like not well received either. So I think that probably influenced it a little bit.
Yeah.
They probably would put up with somebody like Tom Holland if, with the money that he's bringing in.
He's so
all
goofy.
these,
They put up with his screw ups and
he
spoiling
spoils quite a
stuff.
bit. He spoils quite a bit.
He doesn't mean it though. He's like literally he is the most lovable.
It's
I feel like he's Spider-Man in real life.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yes. Like it is
Jinx.
like written for him.
Yes.
Yes.
He's like perfect.
Yeah. So I would go Tom, Andrew, Toby, and then if we're throwing the wild card of Into the Spider-Verse, Miles would be after Tom.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. Let's have some fun. All right. So in this nerdy spin on the classic game, Guess Who? One host picks a character from the nerdy realms, and the rest of us take turns asking yes or no questions to discover their hidden identity. This is Guess Who?
Guess who?
Who? What are you laughing at?
It's Snoop.
Oh, Snoop.
Snoop
Who?
Dogg making an
Snoop.
appearance in our podcast.
Yeah.
Snoop's a good friend of mine.
He recorded.
contacted us.
He came to our studio, recorded that for us.
100%.
It was wonderful.
Pretty big deal.
Yep.
Okay. Who wants to tonight? We're gonna have two of us do it. Mario's got a character in his head, and so do I. Who wants to go first?
Mario.
You want me to
Mario.
do mine?
Mike just
I
voluntold you.
was going straight on. I thought you meant
Voluntold
who's going to
you.
ask the questions first. I was about to go
Oh
straight
no,
in.
we're gonna do Mario's character first. I hope he doesn't have the same one as me.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh, that would be awkward.
Yeah, I had a couple. I'm like looking.
Let us know when you have it locked in.
Lock it in your brain.
We
Chat,
can-
y'all can help
Can't
us.
you can't flip flop. No flippity
Can't flip-flop.
flops.
Chat, you help us out. Lee, me,
Yes.
you, and Britt, we can take turns asking questions.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
We should get pity bitties towards our draft points for winning this.
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
ask the first yes or no.
Is Mario
question.
locked in? Do you have your person, Mario?
Yes.
Okay. Mario, is this person from the MCU?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'll go next. Is this person a female?
No.
Oh.
All right, Lee.
Is this person a hero?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Is this person part of the original Avengers squad?
Yes.
Oh, that narrows it down big time.
This is like
Here we go.
in the classic Guess Who. Like if they
I
wore
just knocked
glasses or they were a female, like you only had 4 left up.
I just knocked down
Yep.
my whole board.
Well, 5 technically, if you think about the circle of the
Right. Yeah.
shot there. But yeah, original.
5 left.
Okay. Does this person have a British accent?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, I'm thinking it's
is it? Oh, all right, Lee.
What?
You're up. Uh-oh, you've stumped
I'm trying to think
Lee.
who else has a British accent in the OG Avengers.
I think there's only one.
Yeah, that's who it has to be.
I think it's only one. Lee, you can make a guess, or you can ask a question.
Yeah, you could do a different yes or no.
Okay. Does this person have a hammer?
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Is this person the god of thunder?
Yes.
Oh man, that
Very
was
nice.
quick. We
I was
went through
like,
that
Yeah, that was a
he's
quick
the
one.
only one with a British accent.
Nice.
There
It
we
really
go.
took me a minute. I was thinking of like everyone but him. I'm like, Who
Yeah.
has a
Yeah.
British accent?
Yeah, I was like,
Oh.
yeah, like when you said that, I'm like, oh, they're gonna get it. I was gonna go like deep cuts, but I was like, oh, we'll just go with like an easy
Yeah,
Avenger.
first time we'll leave it on surface
Yeah,
level.
that's what Penny wanted me to do Joy from Inside Out. I was like,
Whoa,
That would've been
That-
so great.
that may be a little hard. We're
That would've
gonna
been
keep
good.
it easy. Okay, I've got mine.
Okay.
We'll let Mario ask the first question.
Okay, is this character or person a Marvel hero?
That's 2 questions.
Yes.
In Marvel and a hero, he knocked out 2 birds with 1 stone with that baby.
Oh,
Love it.
Okay.
All right, Lee. No, that was good. That was a good question because it got 2.
Good answer.
Good question.
Good answer.
Good question. Good question.
Is your character a female?
No.
Is your character Loki?
No.
Oh,
I was gonna ask that too.
That
Because
would
when-
have been way too obvious.
when she thought about it, it's like
I know.
technically
yeah.
he is now, according to Marvel.com.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So I asked Arrow is a Loki. They're a Marvel hero. Did we ask if they're male or female?
Yes.
Yes,
What was
Male.
the answer? It was
It's a
male.
male.
they're male. Yeah.
Does this person have magical powers?
No.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Does your character fly?
Nope.
Oh. Okay. I thought you were going with somebody, and I guess it knocks that person out of that one. All right. Is your person in Avengers or Captain America Civil War?
No.
Is your
Wow. Okay.
is this character? How do I
That
word
stumped me.
this?
Now I'm trying to think here.
Does this character have powers at all?
Nope.
You already asked that.
No.
She said no magic.
Said magic.
Superpowers.
Yeah, no
different than
magic. Yeah, you could be a super soldier. You could be something else. Okay, I think I know who it is.
Man.
Wait.
Oh, I may know too.
Mike, you ask you go around again for questions.
All right, go ahead. Lee, do you have something?
Does your person use a bow and arrow?
No.
Okay. Does your person work very closely with Tony Stark?
No.
Oh, dang it. I was thinking you may think that Happy was a hero.
No.
I was going with Happy. No.
Okay, I got a good question.
Okay.
Was your character in any of the Marvel TV shows?
Yes.
Is it Mobius?
It's Mobius.
Oh, what a good one.
Chat
there.
had it way before you guys
I,
did.
oh, they did,
Steph-
yeah. Oh,
Steph
man.
had it. Steph
Steph
had it.
had it like 6 questions ago.
Wow.
Lanza.
Woo, that was
That was a tough one.
That was good. I gotta get a good one next time then.
Mobius
Yeah,
and Mobius.
that
Yeah,
was good.
don't go Joy from Pixar.
From Pixar.
I'm like,
I
Penny,
would love
that's
to go Joy from Pixar.
that's
Yes.
a tough one. All right, guys. Well, each week we scour the headlines in the Nerdverse and bring you the best of the best. Move over, J. Jonah Jameson. It's time for Friggin' Nerd News.
Well, guess what? We
What?
are on the eve
What?
of Pokemon Unite coming out on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh my God, I didn't realize tomorrow was the 21st.
I already
Tomorrow-
got it downloaded, baby. It's ready to
Yeah,
go.
buddy. That's right. So tomorrow, Pokemon Unite comes out on the Switch. We're gonna have some good times with that. Like I'm so stoked for that. The pre-download for this is currently available, so make sure you start downloading it tonight, because I believe at midnight, or maybe depending on time zones, 2-3 a.m., this is gonna drop and be available for you to start playing tonight.
I think I
Staying up for
heard
it.
I heard around somewhere. I don't know if we have any Australian viewers, but I believe it is available in Australia as of right now.
Oh, okay,
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm wearing an Australian jacket.
Oh, that helps. That
Oh,
that
so
means
you
that we're gonna
should get the
here.
game right now.
Pretty
here,
in
just
with
this
the
house.
Australians.
I'm downloading it
Aussies.
currently as we speak.
Yes.
It is
Make sure
free,
you guys-
Stoop. Yes.
That's free,
Yes,
free
it is
game.
a free game. It's very much like League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm, that type of game. It's going to be great. I think we'll probably be playing it quite a bit, at least, this crew here. So make sure you go start downloading it so you're able to start playing it tomorrow. And if you log in before August 31st, you get, now please correct me if I'm wrong in saying the name of this.
we don't have Expecto in here because he's in
I know.
Disney to correct our Pokemon
Oh,
pronunciation.
nuts.
Zarazora?
I think that's right.
Zarazora is how I would
believe
say it.
that's how you say it. But it's a lightning type, looks sort of like a mix between like Raikou and a couple other Pokemon. They all start looking the same after a while, and they all have crazy names. But yeah, so make sure you get it and start downloading it. And speaking of Pokemon, y'all, this
Pokemon?
past weekend was Go Fest.
Ooh.
Yes, it was.
Go
It was a
Fest.
heck of a weekend, too.
How many shinies did you guys end up catching at Go Fest? And chat, let us know how many shinies you got during the entire event.
Did you get your shinies?
Mario?
I think I only got 9.
Wow, I beat you for Go Fest?
yeah,
this
like,
year?
Oh,
Also,
Woo!
what were y'all's favorite shiny?
So I'll go,
Ooh,
but
that's
my list is
You go
short.
first.
So I mean, technically it was 6 shinies. So like I got well, no, even less. So I got 2 shiny Rogan Rollers evolved.
Oh,
I love that
such
shiny
a
so
good
much.
shiny.
And me
so
and
good.
me and my friend Buddy had traded because the last evolution you either trade or get 200 candy, so we traded to get both of our
I
shinies.
thought you were going to trade with me, you jerk.
I still have one. I
Oh.
still have one more that I can trade.
Mm.
And I got shiny Absol, shiny. We call him Hip Hop Anonymous. We can never say his name.
Keep hop anonymous.
Shiny Throw. How you say his name? Throw.
Throw, yeah.
Shiny Gligar, and not 1, not 2, but 3 shiny Dratini
Oh, and that was one you were wanting.
I
Right?
was after
saw you
that.
post that.
for a long time. So not a
Nice.
huge day, but we got a lot of XP. I hit level 39. We're on the road to 40.
I did too.
So-
we both
Level
hit
40.
39.
Let's see.
Everybody leveled. I feel like.
Let's see who hits.
I did not
40.
level.
You must be close though, right? Where you at right now?
I don't know. I don't feel like I am. I feel like it's not. No, I'm like a quarter of the way through 37. I don't understand.
Lucky eggs. Lucky eggs.
I used Lucky Eggs all weekend. Okay.
Lee, what was your favorite shiny? that you
So
got?
I
How
had
many did you get?
11. I had 11 shinies total.
Yeah.
Nice.
I started the event off with a shiny event Pikachu with the
Oh,
hat.
like your first one?
Oh,
My
like your
first click for the
Oh,
day
man.
was a
That's
shiny
awesome.
shiny
It's a
event
great
Pikachu.
shiny.
It was wonderful. I think some of my favorites though were I got an Alomomola.
The fish, the big like giant fish. thing?
Alomomola. Yeah.
Aloma
that
Loma.
one.
Oh man, I'm so jealous.
I got a shiny Gligar. I had a shiny Sceptile, Servine guy. Yep.
Yep.
Croagunk, Audino.
Oh, I want that one so bad. The
The
Croagunk.
Croagunk. Oh my god, it's such
Oh, you got a
I love the
shiny
colors.
Dino too.
No, Audino. The
Oh.
little like
Oh, okay.
little musical instrument ears.
Mhm.
And I got a shiny Skarmory, which was pretty cool because they're gold instead of silver.
Oh,
So those are pretty cool. But yeah, it was
Well,
a really fun weekend.
you guys caught enough shinies for the 4 of us because
we got a shiny playset
yes,
in the back
Yeah, you did.
that
we
we spent
spent
12 hours total
the
putting
entire
together
weekend, the
with
entire
4
weekend.
people. We were very sad. I had it all planned out. We were supposed to put it together the weekend of the 10th when it came in so that we could play this week, but then it thunderstormed the whole time.
Yep. So we had to
did
move
not get
it.
to play.
And I did raid quite a bit on Sunday though, so that was fun. So I did play.
Well, that's good.
That's why I liked about this event. You know, like I'm not sure. Was it? I forget if it was like this last year. Like, do we have a separate day for just raids?
No, well,
No.
There was one day that like that was the focus, but they
Yeah,
still
but
kept
they
the shiny
still
rates
kept the-
high.
Yeah, that's the only
and
thing I didn't like. They killed the shiny rates day 2.
Yep. Because I could
Um,
play on Sunday, and the shiny rates were back to normal, and I was like, well, that blows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think all in all, it was a pretty good event. I had fun. It was a great to raid everybody. I always struggle trying to find people to raid, but the minute I hit that online button on the friends list,
Yep.
everybody was on. So I'm
They
like,
were
Yeah.
coming all
That was real cool.
day.
we
It
stacked
was great.
rooms like crazy. So it was
Yeah.
good, and like so many legendaries. My God, we got shout out to Buddy. He had to catch a Moltres to finish his Kanto decks, and the first one he caught was a shiny.
Oh, nice,
like, he-
buddy.
That's just the kind of
He had-
person he is.
His account was hacked or something. He's had his crazy shiny luck.
Really?
Yeah, so
I think he
was-
hacked it himself,
awesome.
honestly.
Oh yeah, but
That's awesome. Though.
that's
But
GoFest.
So GoFest was great. I think
It was much
Pokemon
better for me
Unite-
this year because last year
Yeah.
I only got the
Yeah.
one
Yep. I
of
think-
2 days of full playing.
I think Pokemon Unite is going to be a hit on the Switch. So make sure you download it, get into some games with us, and we can rock out some Pokemon.
Do it.
We're going to dip into Marvel news now. We've got a couple articles here from Marvel. The first one, MCU's first mutant is confirmed. So if you guys remember, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Black Widow, there's a little bit of a mention here. It's not a big spoiler, but there is a scene in Black Widow where Red Guardian is arm wrestling a very large gentleman. That gentleman's name is Ursa. He actually says Ursa in the movie, but
Mhm.
doesn't say his last name. The actor that plays this giant hulking brute has confirmed that is Ursa Majors, who is a superhero in the Marvel comics that runs around
Ooh,
with
yep.
the Red Guardian, and he's a mutant. So this is the first confirmed mutant in the MCU. We've had mention of enhanced people with Scarlet Witch,
And we got a boner.
and we got a
We
Ralph
got a
Boner.
Ralph Boner.
But we do not.
It's
we
just like I don't know. I'm sorry. I just had a moment because like I didn't process the context there. And all I heard was Britt say, we got a boner.
I was say I got a boner watching Black Widow too, but that's a whole different story right there,
That's
brother.
a whole different thing.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
So this is a big deal. I mean, this is opening up the door
Very big deal.
with the acquisition of the X-Men franchise. Like these X-Men are going to start popping up in these movies in phase 4.
Mike.
They're coming.
Do you think that they're coming in?
You've said it
phase 4?
twice in that one thing.
It's hard.
Dang it.
I have film news on this piece of paper. I can't stop saying it.
Film news.
This was a horrible
Film
choice.
news.
This is a horrible choice. That's all.
You
I'm
were
saying.
setting Mike up to fail this week, guys. I'm just
Especially
saying.
when you know that I read the news, most of the news in the crew. Anyway, he plays a giant role in the comics with the Red Guardian. He's part of
Part of the Winter Guard,
Winter
right?
Guard.
In Russia.
Yep. So anyway, I don't know if this. We may see him again in a later movie, but it mainly is an
Me too,
opening into the X-Men appearing in films coming up in the MCU. So do you guys think the X-Men are going to be like a big part of phase 4? Like, do you think we're going to start seeing them?
Well, my thing is, I
More.
wonder. It's I get how they're gonna. It definitely makes sense how they're gonna get Fantastic Four involved for sure, after what happened with Loki and all that. But with X-Men, if this indeed is this mutant, how are they going to introduce that? It's really hard to introduce mutants into the world when it's a world already filled with magic and wonder and superheroes. So it's like mutants were always a thing where it's like people protested them, like no mutants, down with mutants and all that. So if they do X-Men, I think it's definitely going to be a variant, not a variant, but like a different world where they exist in, and there's no other Marvel heroes, maybe, because it's really hard. You know what I mean? Like I would love, like my big dream is to have Avengers versus X-Men. Like that's the that's the big event we'd love to see. I mean, they're gonna do like Secret Wars or Secret Invasion and whatnot. So it's going to take a lot of time, I feel like, to get X-Men. Like we're already hyped up Fantastic Four. I feel like that's too much as it is. But I would love to see X-Men again. I love the X-Men.
I think they'll probably keep hinting, dropping these little like breadcrumbs as we get closer and closer. But yeah, I could see it being more in like
think
a
it'll be
phase
phase 5.
maybe. I mean, have they even announced what's going to be in phase 6 yet? Maybe that's the bridge over from what we have going on now. But anyway, yeah, I think it's going to be later.
There's just too much happening in this phase. Like, I don't know how they could fit in X-Men.
Yeah.
I don't know. Father Feige, he can do it.
Father
He puts his
Feige.
mind to it.
Father Feige. So flipping over to some video game news. Maybe I
Ooh.
won't say the word with this topic.
There we go.
Right.
Maybe.
Mario, look, Britt said, why don't you look into this? Because you mentioned it. And I was like, yeah, I saw it. I'll look into it. The more I research this stupid thing, the more I'm like, oh no, I'm in trouble. Like
Yep, me too.
I am going to be dropping some money on this pretty soon. If you guys missed the announcement last week, Steam is coming out with a product called the Steam Deck.
Oof.
It was announced. This is a full gaming PC in
Yep.
the palm of your hand.
Literally a PC.
It literally is a PC that you can connect a dock. You can put it into a dock and you can connect a monitor, keyboard, mouse. It connects to a TV. The dock is sold separately at the current time, and it's not even like released yet. So people that are pre-ordering this thing haven't got it, can't even get the dock yet.
I have heard though that any USB-C dock works
Yes.
with it.
Yep. So if you have a dock at home already, you should be able to plug it in straight to it. But the system itself, the handheld system, it's got a 1280 by 800 LCD screen. The resolution is 720. It's got 16 gigs of RAM in it, and it's got an AMD GPU, which means that it can handle The Witcher 3 without frame rate drops, unlike the Switch.
How much is this thing?
All right.
Let's just get down to like brass tacks here. How
Let's
poor
get
am I
in.
going to
The
be?
nitty-gritty.
Well, these numbers shock me. These numbers actually did shock me, and they did. IGN covered this thing like this past weekend, and they got really hands-on with it. And even they said, "Yeah, we kind of took a bump with these prices." But list them off there, Mike.
Yeah, so we've got 3 different variations of the system, the PC, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what to call it. It's because it's like, I guess it's a computer that you can hold.
It's a handheld PC.
It's a handheld
A
gaming.
handheld
Yeah.
PC, yeah. A 64 gig hard, and the only difference between the 3 of them is the size of the hard drive. So how much
Okay.
storage space that's inside of it.
And the highest thing when we get there, there's one other small difference.
Yeah, it's something with the screen, right? It's a
Yeah,
better
there's a no
quality
glare screen.
Yep. So the 64 gig version is $400. The 256 version is $529, and the 512 is $650.
Here's the thing. I don't understand why they would even bother when you can just pop an SD card into the basic model and call it a day. Because it is SD compatible.
Yeah, but,
SD card compatible.
imagine the. I personally would go for the biggest one, and then you add the SD card. Like, you need a lot of storage for these games.
Mhm.
You know,
SD cards are cheaper than $200.
Well,
Shoot.
well, look at this. I mean, the way I see it, I do think this is brilliant. I definitely, I hope we get to have PAX soon, in person, and I hope to get to see one of these and hold one of these in my hand. It's probably going to be out before the holidays this year,
Yep.
I think they said. So
You could pre-order for the holidays, though. I think it's
Pre-order
not
for the
dropping
holidays.
until
yeah.
next year.
Yeah, so I would love to get hands on with this. From the like I said, IGN covered this a lot. So if you guys are interested, go check out IGN.com and check out all their videos from this past weekend of them being hands on with it and playing some games. Games like Control, Doom Eternal, Jedi Fallen Order, Portal. Like, those were
Witcher.
so those games, they ran from what it looked like on the video pretty well.
Yeah.
But coming from a a PC gamer standpoint, this definitely seems to be a pretty good deal. When you're paying $649 opposed to a setup like that's in front of me, that's over $1,000, maybe $1,500.
Just
so-
a game.
True. I guess in
So-
like my mom head, feel like shopping in my brain now for Christmas, like that's a hell of a lot of money for a game system. But I guess we spent way more on Micah's gaming laptop. So
Yep.
it's
And-
like, I guess, bridging those two.
'Cause
And
this-
if you go with the basic model, it's comparable to like the PS5, to the Xbox One, and it's got comparable specs to them as well in terms of gameplay and whatnot. So And it's more versatile because you can get almost any game aside from maybe the Nintendo games, obviously.
well,
but
that's the
on
thing.
Steam.
That's the thing too. It doesn't just run Steam. It runs as a regular Windows PC. I can put Epic Games in here. I can put anything in this. I can run this. I can type out an essay. I could possibly stream on this thing. You know,
you take a laptop and you smash it into a Switch, and this is what this thing is. Like
it's a Switch and a laptop had a baby.
But it has, are you saying it has like a strong enough processor to be compatible with one of our actual gaming laptops?
Not a high-end gaming laptop, but definitely a mid-tier. Yeah. I think that if we compared that to the laptop that we're currently on, sitting here, it would be very similar.
What I was saying to Mario is with him, sometimes, he has some issues with his, like he's just had that issue with his graphics card on his desktop. And I was like, well, this would take out the issue with the graphics card running your games because you could play this and then stream it with the Elgato or whatever. You know what I mean? So you're streaming with one computer and then you have technically a separate computer to actually game with. And I'm the only thing that I'm kind of bummed about. So I know like one of our next questions is, will this kill the Switch? I am a little hesitant to say that it'll kill the Switch, just because when you plug a Switch into a TV, for example, you've got the handheld controllers that you could just pop right out. And there you go. You have your handheld controller. I like with, obviously you can connect a keyboard and a mouse and any other hardware that you want. I'm wondering, are they going to have wireless capabilities? Like if I'm in bed and I want to play a Steam game, am I going to be able to do that? You know what I mean? Without being at a desk.
Yeah,
without holding it in my hands, because it looks pretty big. It's also pretty big.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Even the Switch hurts my wrists. Like if I'm sitting in bed for too long holding it.
Yeah, it's definitely an awkward looking device too, like with the track pads, and I don't like how the sticks and the buttons and the D-pad are kind of all horizontal. But I mean, it looks, people said it felt comfortable. So it's like one of those things, I got to have it in my hand to see how I feel.
So Cindy in chat is asking, would you use it to type documents? Is it a touch screen?
Yes,
it is a touch screen, but you can also connect a keyboard to it.
Yeah. So, and you can run Windows on this thing. Like I think it's a Linux based operating system out the box, but I think you can install Windows as your operating system and boom, you've got your standard PC operating system on it.
We're spending the money on this, aren't we? I can tell by your enthusiasm that
you guys, so here's the thing, you guys were going to buy a new laptop soon anyway, right? So
true.
This is actually cheaper.
I deep dove into this because it was better than what I thought it was. Because I thought this was just I get to mirror my experience in Steam from my laptop onto a handheld device. But then the more I looked at it, I'm like, no, this legit is a computer. And so
interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, this is going to be big. I don't think it's going to kill the Switch. I'm kind of on the same wavelength with Lee. I think mainly because of the price. I think parents will see the price of a new Switch even is what, $399. And most of the kids are going to be wanting this $649 version. Everybody knows the Nintendo Switch.
I feel like this is going to be the grown-up Switch.
Here's
the parents are still going to buy. They're going to buy the Switch for kids.
Well, yeah, I think so. Here's the thing: there's only Nintendo games are only going to be available on the Switch. There's no real gaming platform on the PC that you can download Nintendo games for. But additionally, the Steam games are significantly less money than the Switch games. You can go to Humble Bundle and download games on like the real cheap.
Right.
So I think that this may not push out the Switch, but I think it's going to be a fierce competitor for sure.
I guess not many parents know about Humble Bundle and stuff like that though. So the ease and convenience of just going to a store and buying a Switch game.
I think you have two almost completely different target markets with it. As a mom, like I don't game like you guys do. As a mom, if my kids asked for this, I'd be like, God, no, get yourself a Switch. Like, there's no way I'd go out and spend this kind of money on this for my kids. I would buy a Switch, but I don't think they're trying to target this at kids as much as they are serious gamers.
Yeah. I think this is the Switch Pro we were waiting on.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's gonna touch the Switch. Switch is a separate thing, it's Nintendo, it's their thing. Yeah, it definitely is, a little bit of a inspiration for sure. If anything, I think it's really going to affect the PC gaming world in the future. Like, if this is what's happening right now, what could this look like in another decade? Will this, change the way we game on PC? Like, this is a very powerful device. I'm not saying we're going to totally, be trading in our RGB towers for these handhelds, but it's showing that you could put this much power into a small device. We see it on our phones in our pocket every day. The fact that like we always, in high school they said, oh, you're not gonna have a calculator in your pocket, or everywhere you go.
Yeah, we are.
I have a supercomputer in my pocket now, and now I have a gaming PC that can fit into my backpack and take this anywhere. If I have a dock with me, I can take it to anywhere. If we have like a monitor there, I can plug into your stuff, and like it'll be like a laptop almost. Maybe they'll have other variations, other gadgets you can buy to work with this. So I think all in all, I think it's going to be a really cool device. I'm excited to get my hands on it. I don't know necessarily if I'll get one. We'll have to see how it looks and how it runs and what people think.
Here's the issue currently with getting one. So it launches in the holiday. It is launching in December for the holidays. However, they've set up a reservation system for it, and it's already to the point where you're not getting this if you try to reserve it. You're not getting it until into Q2 of 22.
Whoa.
So it's the reason why they are doing this, though, is because of the craziness that has happened this past year with the PS5,
yes,
and the Xbox Series X, and the Switch, where people were having tons of issues getting one. This is basically lining up a system to say, let's set up an orderly line and get this situated.
Okay,
and
but they
said
said that with the PS5, and then we didn't pre-order, and we ended up getting ours faster than the people that pre-ordered, and they were still sitting around waiting.
Well, I had one more question. Is the pre-order happening through like the company itself, through Steam?
Correct.
Or
yes,
is it
through Steam?
So maybe if you order through a third party, like, I don't know where you would get it, but GameStop, Best Buy, something like that, maybe you'll get it a little faster than through the company itself. Because I would imagine they're going to have inventory.
I don't know if they are. I think the only way to get it currently is through Steam itself. But I don't know that for a fact. It seemed like they were really trying to keep it very streamlined and easy for people to know when they're going to get their system, instead of it being just a hot mess. So I think it's going through Steam.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Speaking of video game innovation, y'all, Netflix is talking about adding video games to their subscription service. Now, the best part about this is there's no additional charge in their plans currently to add video games to the subscription service. Now, I could see that being like when the video games launch, there's no additional cost. But then I could see them using, well, we added video games too, so now it's
bump up the price.
Yeah, now it's $25.
That makes me nervous. I hope it's like an add-on thing.
Yeah.
What does it matter? We'll end up with it anyways. But
well, possibly. So I was kind of digging in on it a little bit. I don't know what games are going to be on this thing when it launches. I don't know if they're Netflix produced games. I was a little bit confused.
I believe they're working with Facebook.
Yeah, they hired in a EA game and Facebook exec to kind of lead the project. Mm-hmm. And so I got the vibe that it's going to be like Netflix exclusive video games that you can play through their subscription service. That makes me a little bit nervous about the quality of the game, or like what type of game it's going to be. I don't think we're talking like they're bringing in like third party, Witchers or Elder Scrolls or anything that you can like rent on your Netflix subscription. I think this is going to be very similar to like the Telltale games, where you're very story driven and you like use your remote to like choose how the story
they did that
forward.
There were kid shows that Penny would watch, and you would choose
choose your own ending stories,
right? And so I think that could be the way that they launch it. is having games that are similar to that. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
And Netflix is also controller compatible, if I'm not mistaken. So it you can like log into your Netflix account, I believe, and add, at least with the Fire Stick you can. And I'm pretty sure like if you download Netflix to your PS4 or PS5 or what
Micah
have
has
you,
it in his Oculus.
there you go.
Yeah. Yep.
That would be cool as heck.
Mhm.
So it's definitely something to like keep our eyes on. There wasn't much information officially other than that they're looking at adding video games, and that's about it.
I mean,
and that they've hired this exec.
Yeah, what I was picturing when they first announced this was I thought they were going to do like a Google Stadia type of thing, or PlayStation Now, which, if you guys don't know, those are games that they have available that are, you know, they stream those games. So you have like your bigger games, you know, like your God of Wars, your Tom Clancy games, you know, whatever, Call of Duty, whatever you want. So I don't know if they're going to implement those kind of games. So like, you know, when I heard, you know, this, you know, I thought of, you know, oh, Google tried this and it was not really good at all. You know, it was
Didn't
like
go well.
Like I don't want to play Assassin's Creed on my web browser. It feels really weird. So I don't know if they're going to go that route. I think it's really interesting that they're doing this. Like I mean, back in the day when you could, you know, when you had to go to a local CVS, which I mean they still have them, to go pick up your Netflix DVDs, there were games in there.
Yeah, there were games. And do you guys remember GameFly?
Yeah, GameFly.
That was a full.
That's still around, isn't it?
I don't know.
I'm
pretty sure it's still around.
I don't know if it's as popular.
I feel like I've heard a commercial for it recently.
Yeah, I feel like GameFly is like the Blockbuster of game distributors. But
I do have to say though, with that, we were talking about the Telltale games. So they did one of those recently for adults. Also, I forget what it was called. It was like Black Mirror or something like that.
Yeah,
and it was wildly popular. Like it was trending. So I feel like they've been dabbling in this for a little while now, and I'm feeling like if they stick with that same format, it's going to go over really well.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they stick with what they know instead of delving into gaming.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very appealing to like Netflix viewers, but like gamers are going to go, oh, well, that's not a video game. Like that's just you controlling a TV show.
It's video games for people like me.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm your market, Netflix.
That's right. That Brit is the market. So we're going to jump back into MCU. Guys, we're jumping back in
your market,
and we're going into your side piece here. Tom Hiddleston is set to reprise his role as Loki in the new Doctor Strange movie coming out next year.
Yeah, that's
so it's been announced that he is going to be in this with Doctor Strange and Wanda.
Good old Wanda.
What role do we think he's going to play in this? What do you think he's doing there, Britt? I mean, I think you know.
I was like, is that a trick question?
No.
Loki.
No, I know. I mean, I know Loki's gonna be. Why is Loki there? Is what I'm asking.
Okay. I'm like,
because multiverse.
Weird
man.
Question is this?
I was
Loki's
trying to
like
set
the
up
face of the multiverse.
I was trying to set up a softball to Britt.
What is Tom Hiddleston gonna do? Loki, I guess.
Loki.
He's gonna be Doctor Strange's barber.
There's rumors that Scarlet Witch could be considered the villain in this movie. Where does Loki fall?
Loki's been officially named a hero.
So we're looking at a movie. We're looking at a movie that's coming out that's going to have Wanda as a villain and Loki as the hero. That is just
well.
Incredible.
I personally think I think eventually these three are going to team up.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's definitely going to be like a. You know, these are all like the powerful sorcerers of the Marvel universe. So I think at some point we're going to get. I want that panning shot of all three of them getting ready to fight off, you know, whoever the baddie is at that point. You know, it's probably going to be, what's his name
Kang.
from Kang or, you know, whatever. So that's what I think. I think multiverse is definitely going to be a setup for like this new faction, if you will, of magical
I saw
folks.
a meme. It may have been Mario that shared it on Facebook. And it had the three of them beside each other. And I was like, I know that I saw these people before. And it was the three fairy godmother people from
Oh my God.
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
Because they have like the same colors as like the three
Oh.
fairies.
Yeah.
Flora,
Yes.
Fauna, and Merryweather.
Oh, funny.
Yes.
I see you.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna have fairy godmothers in this. This is directed
Aw.
by Sam Raimi, who is
Maybe we'll get some cringy emo
Tobey
Maguire.
I was rolling in to say that he is tapping into his older movies where he directed horror flicks. And
Oh yeah,
And
you
so-
guys, it's gonna be our
No.
first like horror MCU.
yeah,
Oh
Wanda,
no.
Lee, why does your face look like that?
I don't like horror movies.
Elizabeth
Oh, it's gonna be good though.
Elizabeth Olsen has said this is going to be like this is meant to be sort of a scary Marvel flick. So
It's gonna be good.
I'm into
I'm
it.
just gonna watch like this the whole time, guys.
yes,
You
perfect.
can like peek. through
Mario
the-
Mario literally tells me when to look sometimes with movies. He'll be like, okay, look away. Okay,
Yeah.
you can look.
I'm
So we've
excited.
got a couple other film news. I almost said it again. We got a couple other films news that I want to bring up here real quick at the end before we jump into the last part of our show. Space Jam released this past weekend, y'all. Space
Welcome to
Jam.
the Space Jam.
Have not
Space
seen
Jam.
it yet.
The Space Jam.
Have not seen it yet, but a lot of people have, so much so that they actually beat out Black Widow.
Y'all.
Black Widow, the bigger news here, like Space Jam released, yay! It got $31 million domestic.
And it was not a
Um,
bad movie.
I want to see it.
I think it was it's a little cringy in the beginning, but as is the original Space Jam.
I mean,
So
True.
it
once you get
also-
into the animated stuff, it's all fun and games.
I don't know.
Mario's face says otherwise.
We might have to do a review of this. Maybe I'll do a review of this and get it out of the way and save you guys from this because
Save us from it.
it's I'll say this. Comparing it to the old movie, I feel like the magic was kind of there, but not, it's just, I don't know.
It wasn't quite there.
It's hard to bring back, something, this old, it's like, it's weird. It's
It's
a
kind
lot.
of
Like
a
if-
weak storyline, but I think that the
You
fanfare
remade
is
like
there.
Shazam. Remember Shaq and Shazam?
Oh, that was Kazam, wasn't it?
Kazam.
Oh, it's
Kazam.
Kazam.
All y'all's weird words are like this
Skadoosh.
thing.
Skadoo.
Don't the kids say Shazam though? Shazam. Isn't that what they say?
No,
No,
they
it's
don't say that.
sheesh.
Oh,
sheesh.
all these stupid
Okay, so we
words.
got
Who makes this
Skadoosh and we've
shit
got
up?
Shazam now.
Shazam.
Oh my
I
This
God.
Ice
version
Mom
is
Fame.
Shazam.
Shazam.
Stupid words.
Oh my god.
Mine's gonna be Kazoo.
The biggest thing about this topic, though, is that Black Widow dropped 67% from its opening weekend in domestic money earned. It only earned 26 million, where it earned 80 million the opening weekend. So
That's a big drop
that's a huge drop.
I think that comes down to it being available to rent
on
though.
Disney Plus.
Because if you
yeah.
think about it, like, so Mike and I, we really, really wanted to see this, and we would have preferred to see it in theaters. And it just happened that week that we couldn't go before COVID. Then we would have just had to wait until the next weekend to go see it. And instead, we're like, well, it's here. Let's just rent it at home and watch it here. So I think
I think that helped.
It's not even
hurt.
renting.
Hurt.
Yeah, it's not even renting. It's like it's permanent access. Once you
That's
once you
true.
pay that $30, you've got that movie.
But
So
before
people are probably
COVID,
rewatching it on Disney.
You
Plus, like
wouldn't have
said.
had that option. You
Mhm.
would have, you just would have waited until the next weekend when you had an opportunity to go
Right.
watch it. So
Again.
I
Yeah,
think that hurt. And that's why, I mean, we were talking about this, like, that's why the movie theaters are pissed
Yeah.
that these major production companies are doing this because it's killing their business. So,
I mean,
especially
it could have been an
with it being
exclusive.
Disney. Yeah,
It could have been way worse for the theaters. It could have been an exclusive to Disney Plus, like they were talking about doing
Yeah.
last year. So,
And-
but it's okay. I don't think it's going to keep happening.
correct.
I
yeah.
think it's wild too that Space Jam, like Stu brought up in the chat, Space Jam beat out Black Widow because Space Jam is free. And that's so true. Like we watched Space Jam on HBO Max. So I wonder if that's going to play into movie theater.
That actually makes it
downfalls as
worse
well.
for Black Widow because since Space Jam is free, we probably saw a lot more on HBO. These numbers are just for box office. This is for theaters. This is going to a movie theater. It beat out Black Widow. And when you can also see it for free on HBO Max. So
Well, for the price of the subscription, but yeah.
So you're correct, yeah. But I will like to say real quick, because we did just go over Loki, and we're talking about Black Widow. We have 2 movie reviews on our YouTube channel. If you guys would like to check those out, we covered Loki and the Black Widow film.
Yes, you can go watch Loki, and it's just an hour straight of just me professing my love for
100%.
Loki. That's what
It's
that
true.
is.
100%. One last note at the box office, guys. You guys have got to keep this note on your calendar. Jungle Cruise comes out
Woo-hoo!
on July 30th.
Friday, next Friday.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is coming.
Can't go wrong with him.
Nope.
It actually looks like really good. It
It
looks
looks
very
super
pirates.
good.
It looks
It
funny.
looks very Pirates-esque. So,
And he's always funny in everything. So
oh my gosh, I love Dwayne.
Us nerds got to stick together when we find a friggin' nerd that we love. It only makes sense for us to pass that info along to you guys and share the love. So, Nerd Nod this week, we're talking about our good friend.
Her Muggle.
I'm always going to say it wrong.
I
Maybe
actually
it's because
looked this
I'm
up.
Southern.
It is pronounced Hair Muggle, I think.
Well, that's what I say. I say
Yeah.
hair muggle.
Yes.
Is that really how it's
But,
pronounced? I've been saying her
I
muggle.
believe-
hair muggle.
It's Hair Muggle.
Oh man.
Yes. And so his name's Mike. We love Hair Muggle so much.
Another Mike.
Oh yeah, there's Mikes all over
Not
the
just
place,
another
y'all.
Mike, another Hufflepuff Mike.
Yeah, and he's a
Mhm.
Hufflepuff, baby. And he's a Hufflepuff. He is such an awesome person. Like just chatting with him, just interacting with him, you can see how great his character is. And so he's doing a ton of AR photos for Wizards Unite. And he just started streaming on Twitch too,
Yes.
like what was it, a couple weeks ago, right?
A
Hmm
little more than that.
No, I think it was July, like beginning of July.
Yep.
So guys, go make sure you give him some love on Twitch. If you guys do not follow him yet on Twitter, go find him.
Please go
out
give
there.
him a
Instagram.
follow.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. The coolest thing though about Mr. Hair Muggle is that he was just featured. We can see that screenshot up right now.
There we
He
go.
was just featured on the player spotlight of the Wizards Unite community by
Yes.
Lola herself. So that was so cool for the work that he does with the AR photos and promoting that AR photo functionality. He's kind of the face of that right now for Wizards Unite.
He has some really cool AR shots.
Yeah.
He has some really cool.
More
and
importantly,
fun.
though, he was our Secret Santa.
Oh,
He was our Secret Santa. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He got us an elite trainer box
I know.
of Pokemon
Oh my
cards
God.
for our Secret Santa gift. Yeah, it was great.
so fun
So-
fact, guys. Did you know that he's actually from like very nearby? Like he's from southeastern Mass,
Yeah.
like Attleboro,
Really?
which is like
I did
almost
not know
basically
that.
Rhode Island.
Oh
So,
my
and he
gosh.
now currently lives in Germany. So
Like
Did not know
neighbors.
that.
for
super
me.
interesting
Now
because he
you're
knows
not
all our
neighbors.
local places.
Yeah, I forgot what
Yeah.
I mentioned one time on a stream or
Boneheads.
something. Boneheads, yeah. And he was like, "Oh, I used to go to Boneheads all the time." I'm like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "I'm in Germany."
Attleboro.
Well, yeah, he said, "Yeah, Attleboro," but he was in Germany at the time. So I was like, "That's so funny." So
You have a boneheads in Germany? Interesting.
how did I
He
say?
wishes.
That there were only 2 of them.
Yep.
It's
He's an
true.
awesome dude. Make sure you go give him some love. You can find him again, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram at HERRMUGGLE. Hair Muggle.
There you go.
Go find him.
Now
Now boom.
we get to do it, guys. Mario, take us in.
It is
Time for my
time.
glorious purpose.
It's main event time, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It is time for your nonsense draft. My goodness.
We are going down. You guys are going down. is
You're
what I
going
meant to
down.
say.
I don't know,
Everybody's
Mike.
going down.
Mike looked a little rough this week. What?
Look,
Mike looked real rough this week.
Wow.
Shazam, Mike.
How the
Shazam.
tides have turned.
I think I got one vote. So whoever that one vote was, I really appreciate it. It was not me. Like I forgot to vote
we
this
all
week.
know who it was.
So Stoop, I appreciate the votes. So each week we go head to head in a fantasy football style draft where we pick completely off the wall teams relating to this week's topic. And you, the listeners, get to decide who assembled the best team by voting on our Twitter page. So last week, as we were just talking about, Britt pulled out the victory. She gains 3 points. We've got a new point
She
system.
came up right under me. Like I was flying. I was jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, and then
Pulled
Brit
that rug right out from under
came
you.
out of
It
nowhere.
was like the last day, right?
Yeah, it was the last
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, I thought Mario was going to beat me.
Well, the good thing about this point system, Mario, is you still get some points here, which is great. So
Get pity bitties.
Britt gets 3 points for getting first place. Mario gets his pity bitties. He gets 2 points for getting second. Lee gets 1, and we're not going to talk about how many points I got.
Mike got -0, -1, and is now unconscious.
Oh no! I've got to start rolling death saving
somebody
throws.
revive him.
So this week we are going into draft. We are walking into a hardware store and we are in a battle royale. So we are drafting
man.
items to fight each other with.
So are we
Yeah.
going for death here? Are we going for the kill?
We're going fatality style in this, guys. We are
Okay.
going for as much damage as possible in a hardware store.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and roll for initiative and see what the draft order is, guys.
I did not prepare for this one. I don't know what I'm thinking. I usually prepare. Okay, come man. I got a 6.
I got a 16.
Let me get them out real quick. And we're going to roll. Yeah, we got
I got a 7.
I got a 13.
Ooh.
All right, here's our order. We've got Mike at first, then Mario. We've got Lee in third, and
You got the
I'm
last pick,
bringing
babe.
at the rear.
Got the last pick.
As
All right.
always.
So I feel like, all right, again, we're going for most damage. We're going for survivability. Like we are going for death. Like you are the last survivor of the 4 of us.
Okay.
And so I feel like I want some range. I want to be able to stay away from you guys as much as possible, but still inflict pain and misery. And so I'm loading up a nail gun.
Man, you
going
took
for
that
a
right out
nail
from under
gun
me.
as my first pick to take you guys out.
Oh gosh, I feel so unprepared for this.
I am really unprepared too, but I knew I was like, I hope I get an early pick because I want that tool to do as much damage as possible. I feel like there's several like close ranged things you could get in a hardware store, but the nail gun gives you a little bit of space, you know? You don't have to be up close to people.
Okay.
So Mario, you are up.
All right.
You are up.
I mean, this was when I was told this was the draft this week. I was like, "What is going on? What are they trying to tell me here? Are they trying to? They're trying to
They're
kill
trying to
me?
off me.
What is going on?"
We're trying to plan a murder.
Obviously here. So I think I like to be in my D&D games. I like to be very brutal, of course. So I think I'm just gonna go with a big old mallet.
Oh.
Sledgehammer, if you will.
A sledgehammer.
A sledgehammer.
You're pulling the Triple H on everybody.
Yes.
Bringing out that sledgehammer. It's a good pick. Good pick.
Oh gosh. Okay, Lee.
All right.
What are
guys,
you taking?
I know what I'm going with. So Mike's got his nail gun. Mario's got his sledgehammer. But guess what? If you can't catch me, then you can't hit me with the sledgehammer. So I'm going to take a John Deere so that I can outrun you.
Oh
bitches.
my gosh.
Oh my gosh. So wait, so is this a tractor or
Yeah.
a like a riding lawnmower?
Either one, whichever one's faster. I'm going to test them out in the hardware store.
I'm gonna be shooting at you while you're test driving
I'm
these
driving the tractor.
rides. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my God.
Okay, so she's going with like a riding lawnmower.
Yep.
Is that
Yeah.
what I've got here? Okay, so
No, it's specifically a John Deere.
It's got to be a John Deere. Okay.
Has to be a
Is it
John Deere.
Is it a 0 turn to make sure that you can make it, down the aisle?
Yes, of course.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine if Lee had like an
Oh
old
my
school
gosh.
John? She's like, hold on, guys, I'm coming after y'all.
Like,
She's like doing a Austin Powers trying to turn. I'm coming.
all right.
Oh gosh.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, as in D&D, I like to get a little more creative. So I don't know if this is a first round pick. I'm going to go with paint thinner because it contains methylene chloride, which is a very caustic chemical that I intend to, either just toss at you, or I could find a way to catapult it or something.
Wow.
Maybe I'll get a pick later that would allow me to catapult it. But paint thinner it is. I'm going to burn your faces off. And then you
Damn.
can't see me to be able to attack me.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
Man, so you're gonna blind us, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
I want to go ahead and get my close range weapon next. I'm going to go with a chainsaw.
Nuts.
Ah, good
Nice.
one.
Yeah. So once I have blinded you with paint thinner, I will then come and chop your arms off.
All right.
It's
Fine,
getting
fine.
weird.
Well,
It's getting
here's the
real weird.
thing. Here's the thing. If you're going with paint thinner, then I'm gonna go with a blowtorch so I can light that shit up.
Oh, that's
I
a
was
good
about
one.
to ask if that was like, do they sell blow
Blow
torches? I guess like a welding torch or something.
I would
Yeah,
think
they
so.
must. Where
Oh,
else would you
man.
buy one?
The internet. Jeff Bezos when he's not in space.
Ah,
Blowtorch. I like that one. That's nice.
Thank you.
That was good.
While
That was
she's
good.
riding around, she's just gonna like lighten that shit on fire. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna
Okay.
light it on fire and then run with my John Deere.
I love it. Mario, what's going with your sledgehammer?
all right. Well, I see your chainsaw, Brett. I see it, and I'm gonna take your chainsaw and raise you a what do you call it? A buzzsaw.
Buzzsaw.
The smaller one. Gzz.
Oh, okay.
Like a table saw?
like a
Like a-
hedge trimmer?
Or like a table saw.
No, like a table saw. It's like this tiny,
Okay.
tiny little
Table
gimmick.
saw.
But,
I'll call it a table saw so we know what we're working with.
Okay. Oh man.
I think they're called circular saws actually, but it's fine.
Circular saw you hold. Well, this could be important.
oh, hold
yeah,
on.
do you
Oh,
want a table saw or a
hold on.
circular saw?
I'm gonna Google it real quick. Yes, there
Yeah.
it is. Yep, it's a buzz saw. This little gimmick.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Buzzsaw.
would call it a circular
Or
saw.
is it
probably.
a bone saw?
Bone saw is ready. There's Spider-Man reference.
Got you for
Oh
3
my
minutes.
gosh.
3 minutes of playtime.
All right. Oh man, I was really hoping to
Mountain.
sneak. I was really hoping to sneak the torch.
Yeah, that was a great
I was a
pick.
very
Thank
good
you.
pick. I think I'm just gonna go old classic to do a bunch of damage close range with. I'm gonna pick an axe. I'm
All
gonna
right.
get a big axe. Make sure it says big on what you write down.
Big
Not
ass.
like a hand
Big.
axe, like
The
a
big
big ass
axe.
axe. Yep.
Like a throwing axe or like a big like woodcutter's
Like a
lumberjack
two-handed
axe?
axe that I'm just
Two-handed
gonna-
weapon.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. And then, oh man, what did you draft, Britt? The
Paint
first thing?
thinner and chainsaw.
All right. I think, all right. I think I'm gonna go with a hedge trimmer.
Okay.
That's
Hedge
why I
trimmer.
was a little bit nervous about what you were trying to clarify with Mario.
I would like to clarify with you your nail gun.
Yeah.
So our nail gun is it called a pneumatic nailer where you have to plug it in?
Yeah,
know,
most
and
nail
it
guns
ha-
are like that.
Is that what you have? Are you going to have to be dragging around an extension cord? How are you going to run after Lee on her John Deere when you got to be plugged into an outlet.
Look, if that's the
He's
case,
gonna get a portable compressor and drag that
there you
around
go.
after him.
I didn't fully like research the mechanics of the nail guns if they're battery operated.
Just an FYI, at our house, I'm the one that owns like all the tools.
Yeah,
Mike is
not.
not.
She's the tool.
I
person.
also own all the tools.
Even if it is just
Go
if it has to be
girls.
plugged in, I will get plugged in, and I'm gonna be camping on y'all. I'm gonna be just held up in a corner and just shooting at y'all as you get close to me.
Okay.
So
I just want to make sure. Okay.
Mike's
And then I
got
got
the
the-
strategy happening.
I've got the axe and the hedge trimmer in case somebody comes up from behind me in my sniper position.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Mario,
you're back up with your
So-
third pick.
So my question, real quick, is so these are things you would find in a hardware store, a Home Depot, a Lowe's, things you would
Yeah, like
find,
Purchase things you can purchase.
purchase. Okay.
Oh, well, that's a question. Okay, I guess we should have
Well,
clarified.
I mean, if it's the
could you
apocalypse,
sling like a cash register at a person?
I was gonna say. So if I'm in the hardware store, I got to defend myself with anything I find in the
All right,
building,
here's-
right?
Here's what it is. We are thrown into a hardware store for a death match. So it is anything you can find in the store.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, all right.
All right. Because if
Gosh,
Lee,
that probably changes my last pick, but that's okay.
because if Lee has a vehicle, I have to get a faster.
Dang it, that's what I was gonna
I
take.
have to get a faster vehicle. I'm driving down. I'm taking those corners in my forklift.
I'm
that's
shooting
not a
those tires
faster
out.
vehicle than a John Deere.
Yes, it is.
What drugs are you on?
Have you
No
seen
way.
those puppies go down the aisles? I've got.
Have you seen a John Deere? There is not a lot of power behind a forklift.
My dad
You
goes
could,
like 2 miles
you could,
an hour. on
stab
his.
some people and lift them up, maybe, but like the John Deere is
We're
definitely.
gonna go to
the power
Home Depot
set.
tomorrow. We're gonna see how fast those fucking forklifts
You need
go.
to ask. You need to like be like, guys, I need you guys to get these 2 items out, and I need you to race them.
Yeah,
Hang on, I'm gonna Google that right now.
Well, no,
Like,
no,
which
no.
one's faster?
yeah, no videos. But yeah, I'm going to forklift.
Good pick. Yeah, as soon as I said it's anything in the store, I immediately regretted my last pick because I would have went forklift if that designation was said 5 seconds ago.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. That means we're up to Lee.
John Deere can apparently be a forklift, in case anyone was wondering.
Hmm.
oh,
They have attachments for
can we
that.
draft Optimus Prime in this draft?
No,
Nope.
Okay.
you can't. You can't
No,
find him.
No, you may not.
All right. I have not yet picked a melee weapon. So, Mario comes up at me with his sledgehammer or some shit. I'm going to take out my machete.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
my
they have-
machete.
They have those over in like the weed whacker section.
Machetes? It's actually machete, but I've actually used machetes before.
Yeah,
Real
we
life.
use them to chop down our bamboo.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're fun.
they are
Fun weapon. And I'm a little person. Like I need a weapon that I can handle.
What is that thing that I just bought? Somebody in chat has to help me because I may want to take this next. There's this thing that I bought. It's on a pole, like a shovel would be. I used it to knock our cane down, and it's extremely sharp. Like it will chop through to the bone.
Like a scythe?
Is it a scythe?
We
Like,
go with scythe.
I swing it like that, and it like cuts through. That must be what it was.
Does it have the like? Is it like a hook?
No,
Oh, it's like a flat.
it's
like a
flat,
top.
and
Yeah.
it's got blades on each side, and it's like super sharp. I feel like it's called a scythe, but when I think of that, I think of the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
A limb trimmer. Okay. No, it's not. I can't remember what it's called. That's okay. Speaking of that, though, I think that's what I'm going to go with are the loppers, like the big ass long things that we cut branches with.
Pruners. The pruners.
Not just the pruners, but the loppers, man. Those suckers that could cut your arm off.
Yep.
Like those things are big, and I could also stab with them.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
So,
That's a good point.
if I could get you down, say with some paint thinner and get,
Thinner.
maybe get you prone, then I could start cutting digits off.
with your chainsaw too.
All right,
It's
I'm going
true.
to go with that.
Oh man.
And then my last pick. Okay, for my last pick, I have to think about what I can physically lift.
Mhm.
I don't have like a ton of upper body strength. But I do feel like I could do some pretty, I don't know. I feel like I could do some pretty significant damage with like a big ass 2x4. Like
oh,
I had that on
Hacksaw
my
Jim Duggan,
list.
baby. Hacksaw's in the draft now.
I feel like I could I could really get some momentum. Wait till you're coming around like the edge of the aisle and just
Oh,
there you go.
That's
Beautiful.
good, babe. That's good.
That's it.
I'm
I'm
too
done.
busy trying to research my last pick because I'm like out of ideas.
All right.
I have well,
Lee.
I've
we're
got
back to
2 or
her first.
3 ideas, and I'm really torn between 2. All right, I think I'm gonna go. Crap, this could go either way, because like people are either gonna go for it or they're not gonna go for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with some chain, like link chain. You know what I mean, like the chain.
Oh man,
Ooh,
that's good.
okay.
Okay,
Because
all
you
right.
can use
What
that
it-
to trip somebody up. You could use that to
Yeah.
whack somebody. You could use that as a lasso.
I like
You
it.
could
That's
also,
solid.
I shouldn't be giving you ideas here, but you could also fasten your machete to it.
Oh, and they could. I just saw Stoop say this in the chat. You could
Hell
put that in there
yeah.
and be like Scorpion.
Get over here.
I love it.
I like that. I like that a lot.
You pull them into your flamethrower. Oh
Yep.
man.
Oh,
man.
it's over.
Jeez.
It's over.
Yeah.
And I'm on
He's
the
got a
John Deere,
nice
so y'all can't
trap.
catch me. That shit
Yeah.
goes 31 miles an hour
That's
top
good, that's
speed.
I
good.
like that.
For the record, forklifts can only go, what was it, 18 miles an hour.
They're good. I'm just
Mario's gonna
picturing
be like,
Mario and
"Nee,
Lee
nee."
just chasing each other across the store.
You would also know Mario's coming because it'd be like beep, 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 beep.
Add suspense to it.
I mean, I'm assuming that Lee's John Deere is going to be like.
No,
So-
there's quiet John Deeres.
Okay, all right. There's a silencer on the John Deere.
Yep.
All right, Mario. what
They
you
have an
got?
attachment for that.
But all right. So I think I got to beef up this forklift a little bit.
You're gonna like alter the fork.
I'm gonna mod the forklift a little bit here. So I got nail guns shot at me. I got flamethrowers coming at me. I gotta have some kind of. I'm kind of in the open. You know, I have no windshield really. So I'm going to cover the front and back of my forklift with some wood pallets.
Oh, that's
okay. You're getting some defense in there. Defense. You got like a shield.
I didn't even think about.
That's great, actually.
Oh man,
That's
I
a
should have
good.
thought about.
I know. I
defense.
was
Like,
gonna go with the
coulda put,
welder.
like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like the welders thing.
Either that, or I was gonna like camp up in one of those shelves. You know, the big shelves up there, like in the Home
shelving
Depot.
units.
Yeah, shelving
Yes.
unit. I could have been sniped from up there, but I don't have any long distance weapons. So
That was a very smart choice.
Yeah, that was really good.
I was
You're the
actually-
only person who thought defense here.
I was trying to think of something like a door or something that I could use for
could,
like a
I mean-
shield, like just walking around with like an
You could.
actual door. But I think I'm gonna counteract the flamethrower. And I think this is my utility pick. Okay. I've got
Okay.
a long range weapon. I've got 2 close range weapons. This is gonna be my utility pick. I'm gonna make some slippery spots.
Tell me
I'm
it's
I almost
going-
did this.
I'm gonna spray people in the face with a pressure
Right.
washer.
Oh, a pressure
I-
washer.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna go fire extinguisher.
I'm going with a pressure washer to counteract the flames.
Lee, that was smart.
Fire extinguisher would have been good too. But the pressure washer, I got it strapped on my back. When I see Lee coming, it's like Charizard looking at a Blastoise. I'm putting out your flames.
Hey, you know what?
Um,
No worries, because I still got my chain and my machete.
I'm gonna be spraying that water, and in the middle of the water, there's gonna be nails in it. Oh, y'all don't know what's gonna happen, y'all.
You got
pressure
a lot of
washer.
heavy duty machinery there, though, Mike. You got to like carry that
I am
puppy on your
camped
back.
out. I'm telling you, I'm finding a corner, and
Yeah, but we're all
just-
gonna know where you're at.
I'm gonna know where you guys have a tractor and a forklift.
I am mobile, all right.
I wish I would have planned ahead for this draft because I would have gone with a floor sander. Those
Ooh.
suckers will eat you up. I know this from personal experience. They get out of
Or
hand.
an
real
X-Acto
quickly.
knife.
Yeah, just go with an exact. Oh, I should have done that, and I could just be like, tossing them,
Right?
like little ninja stars.
I like it. I like
Okay,
it.
let me go ahead. I'm going to recap the teams. Mike at first has got a nail gun that requires an extension cord. A big axe. He made sure to put big.
A big axe.
A big axe.
Big ol' axe.
Big axe. A hedge trimmer and a pressure washer. Mike, all but one of your things requires an extension cord.
And I have water mixed
He's
in
like,
with that. This sounds like a great idea.
He also has to carry
You need to
around
be
a-
near the bathroom with a plug.
No, he's got like a
and,
generator. He like brings around with him.
I'm gonna be running
Yeah.
around looking
That's
like
what
a
you should have drafted was a
a
generator.
generator. I'm gonna be looking like a Ghostbuster in this battle. I'm just
Oh
gonna
my
be running a
God.
huge proton pack on. Hey, it protects my back though. Protects my back.
God.
In chat, Stoop said that pressure washers have approximately 2,800 psi. Get hit with that. Yeah, seriously.
I'm blinding y'all. I'm tripping y'all up.
It's how we strip
And then you
like,
dead.
paint off of our deck and stuff. Like those things hurt. Okay, so Mario has a sledgehammer, the buzzsaw, a forklift, and wood pallets
Wood
for
pallets is
defense.
good pick.
Very smart pick. Very smart pick. Lee, she went for speed. She's got
did.
her a John Deere because nothing runs like a John Deere.
Nothing runs like a John Deere.
And on her John Deere, she's gonna have a blowtorch. Lee's team makes me laugh the most. Her machete and some chain link.
Straight out
Yeah.
of like a old zombie flick from
Right.
what's his face that did Dawn of the Dead and stuff.
This sounds like the South.
Zack
is what
Snyder?
it sounds like.
No, not Dawn
No,
of the
oh,
Dead.
not.
What's
Oh, that's Army of the
what's-
Dead.
What's like? No, he did Dawn of the Dead too. Zack Snyder did. What's the old flick that had like Salma Hayek, George Clooney zombie movie? I'll remember it later. I'll remember it
Stoop
later.
said light the chain link on fire. I don't know that you could light it on fire, but you could get that shit hot. And then machete
You
too.
can, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what he means. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could
Oh,
get it
yeah.
super.
Oh
Well,
my
I didn't
gosh, I
think
just-
about that. Man, that blowtorch was a
I
really
just
good
That's
said
a
the word
real
like 4 times, so
overpowered.
I'm sorry. I just said the word. 4
Mike.
times.
Mike.
Oh,
All right,
how many times
then-
did you say it?
I don't
Several
know.
times.
That's it. From Dusk Till Dawn. Yes, it's gonna be.
Thanks,
I
chat.
feel that movie in your picks, Lee.
Ay, Mike.
All right, and with my team, I've got paint thinner, also known as methylene chloride. I'm
Yo.
gonna burn your faces off. You don't have eyeballs to see me. But
Like it.
Lee won't need it. She just ramming through with her blowtorch.
Hey, you guys
on
can come to
wheels.
me. You guys can come to me to wash your eyes out. I'm gonna be like, but I'm gonna turn it up a high blast and
And-
get
You're
you.
gonna turn it up to
Blow
11,
them out.
Mike.
Yep. Turn up to 11.
I'm adding in a chainsaw, a pair of loppers to stabby stab, and a big old 2x4.
I like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
These are solid teams, well rounded.
Yeah, this is an
Well-rounded.
interesting little draft here. All right, guys, you know the drill. These teams will be up either tonight or tomorrow on Twitter so that you can go and vote for the best team.
I like it.
So make sure to head on over and click on me again. Thank you out there to
Oh.
all my fans.
Or, you know,
Really
click on
appreciate
me.
those votes.
My team is definitely the superior team this week, guys. Come on.
So make sure you go vote twitter.com/friggin nerds.
For
Vote
Reagan
for Lee.
nerds.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Friggin Nerds podcast for this week. Thank you guys for joining us in the live chat here. If you guys want to be a part of this live chat, join us here every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and hang out with us, chit chat along with us, and help us remember things that we can't remember. If you can't make it, don't worry. We post this show every Thursday on Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube, and wherever else you get your podcasts from. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to get more content. Follow us here on Twitch. Follow us on Twitter for updates. Check out our Discord. Hang out with us all week. We always have a blast there. We love the community so much. Thank you guys, as always, for being a part of the Friggin Nerds Army. As always, I'm Mario Lima.
I'm friggin' Nerd Lee.
I'm Friggin Nerd Mike.
I'm friggin' Nerd B.
And you guys have been friggin' awesome. As always, stay
Stay friggin' nerdy.
There it is. Cheers, guys.